This is the Morso 8140. It's about 3 a.m. and the temperature is 6 degrees, which isn't too cold, but I can probably light a fire just to get this room nice and warm. So I'm going to show you how I light this wood burning stove. Okay, this was lit yesterday and I let it go out on its own with the door closed last night, which means you can see it's a little bit dirty on the screen, but once the air wash system kicks in, all that's going to clean off, and I like to leave a little bed of ash in the top. I don't know if you can make out, there's this little sort of riddling grate that you just give it a little twirl, expose some of the holes at the bottom there, just to allow the primary air to come through. And then, right, this is what I've got. I use a fire lighter. I find this works the best. Pop that down in the middle, and then we stack the kindling around it. Now you don't want the kindling to touch the sides of the firebox, because these are wall wearing parts. So if it's too long, just put it to the side. The idea is just to form a nice bed of coals. See, that's a little bit too close to the front. That will, when that part starts to burn, it'll leave a mark. So just put it at an angle. It's not a big deal. Okay, that's fine. Okay, make sure the damper at the top is open fully, which it wasn't. That needs to be open, and then you just bring the door slightly ajar, like that. You can see the screen's quite dirty at the moment, but that's going to clear very shortly. You also want to push out any cold air pockets in the chimney to get the drawer going nicely. So I'll just give it an extra minute or two. this handle is detachable. But I mean, this fire is not getting nearly to the heat where you can't touch it. So yeah, you can take it off later on. I'm going to close the door now. Right, now those coals, they're not enough coals yet. But give this another 10 minutes and we should have a nice bed of coals to do the first reload. And then it's every hour on the hour almost. So we'll come back and look at this fire in 10 minutes time. Okay, it's been about 10 minutes. The fire's caught, the coals have formed nicely on the bottom, and it's time to do the first reload. Yeah, I found a piece of wood which doesn't have any bark on it, so yeah, let's give that a bash. So you just open it a fraction first, so that no soot or hot ash comes out the fire. And then you can just do this quite quickly. Okay. Then you just keep the door open for a while until that takes. Yeah, and then we can close the door. And that's it. And that log is going to burn very economically. Once in about 10 minutes time, I might adjust the damper switch at the top, move it slightly over to the left, and that will starve the fire with a bit more primary air, pushing quite a bit of the heat out, and the log will burn slower. Okay, so this fire's been burning for about an hour, and it's time for the second reload. And now this whole unit's really hot, so you've got to wear a glove, and you can't touch any of the parts with your bare hand. Learned that the hard way. Anyway, same as before, you just open the door just slightly, just so no hot ash comes out. Okay, I'm just going to keep it there for now, because now I want to break this down and and move the coals around, getting quite a few of the coals at the front. I should really be using 2 hands, but anyway. I like to keep a little space between the 2 new logs, get some air between them. That is hot. Leave it out. Okay. Yeah, that crackling sound suggests that the wood isn't as dry as I thought, but it's giving off heat and it's burning, so I shouldn't complain. Okay, it's definitely time to close the door, detach that, and just make sure there's nothing flammable nearby. And then I only need to revisit this in an hour's time. I'll just show you what happens to the flames when I adjust the damp at the top. Okay, so I'm just going to move it across. Move it back. That's perfect.